Hello, all, and welcome back to From the Hip. We hope you all had a wonderful Christmas filled with good spirit and family. If you were on the nice list and Santa gifted you what you want, congratulations. If you were on the naughty list and didn't get what you want, perhaps go and get it yourself or do better next year. But speaking of some naughty people, let me introduce you to the crew today. Gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you guys all enjoyed your Christmas.
Oh, I sure did. I sure did.
I bet you did.
The naughty list captain here.
No
Well,
comment.
joining me today is Kory Thompson, Mo from One Mo Show, and Mr. Overrated himself, Justin. Well, here's what I got to say. Okay. Last night, some people had better Christmases than others.
That's true.
Okay. And ultimately, somebody had a better Christmas than anybody else. And that would be the Baltimore Ravens, who defeated the San Francisco 49ers in a rout, 33-19. Even though they were tied for the best record in football and were carrying in the number one ranked defense, they were widely considered the underdog in this game. They now sit all alone as the best team in the NFL with a 12-4 record. Kory, you definitely deserve your chance to speak, so I'm going to stop it right here and you can say what you got to say.
No, it was a lone wolf. I think probably 80% of the people out there would have went with the 49ers coming into this game. Um, we showed it's always next man up. We played great offense, great defense. I feel bad for Purdy throwing 4 picks, but it's part of the game. I see how much Trent Williams does mean to that offensive line. Once he went out, we were able to wreak havoc and get a lot of sacks and get Purdy and Darnold down. Oh man, Kyle Hamilton heal up. Let's go Ravens. Let's go
Hmm.
Ravens.
Well, with that said, Mo, when you watched this game, did you see something there that showed you that they would be doing what they're doing right now?
Who is they?
The 49ers, as far as
Um,
losing that game, did you see it that they were going to lose the way that they did?
you know, we spoke about it earlier in the season. Brock Purdy needs the Avengers. We referred to them as that for a while. And as
This is true.
soon as he lost, we probably seen one of the most important ones go out. Like Kory said, Trent Williams went out, and guess what happened?
Trent Williams didn't go out till after like halftime.
Kory,
Don't
how did it
don't.
look after halftime? How did
They
no no
was
no?
still
I want you.
getting beat.
I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be
Oh
humble.
man,
I don't want you to do any of that. I want you to speak as a Ravens fan and a football fan.
True.
What happened? How did it look when Trent Williams went out?
well, we were at 16-12 going into the half,
Close
and
game.
then close game. The 49ers got the ball first. We were able to stop them. We got the ball back, and we scored off of that. He was still in, but then he went out, and that's when we were able to really take advantage and get to the quarterback finally. Once he went out, so he went out like mid third quarter, start of the fourth.
So what you just said to me was Brock Purdy had end up having like in the second half an average NFL offensive line,
Oh
and
yeah.
he couldn't handle it.
Well, the thing is that a lot of their offensive line kept going down. They got down to at the end of the game, they got down to having no more backup linemen left.
I just want
Yeah.
you to say what I want you to say because Brock
Oh
Purdy is
boy.
average.
Nah.
Brock Purdy is average.
All right, Kory. I'm
Everybody's
glad
doing
you're
that back
saying no.
there.
I'm glad you're holding firm to this Brock Purdy thing. You ready? Because
He's out of
ultimately,
the MVP running now for sure.
All right. Well, it's funny that you say that. It's real funny that you said that. Because
That's showing.
Brock Purdy said, I have to get better. That's a quote from him himself. It's hard to imagine a guy who was the subject of every MVP argument a week ago making this statement. But yeah, Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. And while not being the lone reason why the 49ers lost, he definitely will have to have this game stapled to his resume.
And I said if Lamar goes out and beats the 49ers, that he will be clear-cut MVP. I
Okay.
did say that last week.
All right. Well, his rankings for the MVP race have fallen from 1 to 5 overnight.
I wonder how that can happen.
Yeah, and now I personally do not have a problem with him falling to number 5 because he shouldn't have been in first place anyway.
There we go.
Because he was never the true
Never.
MVP.
Never.
So now here's the thing. Remember when we said that you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that last statement. I was about to say something, but I'm gonna wait because it'll prove something when we get down to it later on. But that's what I'm saying. Purdy was never the MVP from the very beginning. You can't be MVP of the league if you're not MVP of your own team. Okay? But, Kory, I mean, I'm not to attack on you because this is your day, bro. Your Ravens won. The flowers are all for you, man. They're the best team in the NFL right now, okay? Okay, you got your gear on, you got your hat on, you got your shirt on. You're the only one whose team actually walked away with victories and can talk all the shit that
Yeah.
Chill out, pull my name back up.
Relax, Rock, relax. We'll get to you in a minute.
Both of them.
Purdy,
Right.
they still couldn't win without Purdy. That's true. They couldn't make
They didn't win with him.
They could get no win.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Sam Darnold came in and scored.
Yeah, he scored 1, and then after that, what happened?
More than Purdy did.
After that,
I'm just
what
saying,
happened?
I'm just saying.
understand. Yeah, I'm saying it. But after that, Sam Darnold couldn't move the ball anymore after that. So,
because they remember he was Sam Darnold.
or he remembered who he was.
They remember he was Sam Darnold. What are we doing? Just throw extra body at him.
I'm just saying, but
yeah,
I'm just saying, Kory, why don't you trust Purdy? Last week you didn't like when he said that he wasn't the MVP and Christian McCaffrey was MVP. Now he's saying this is on me, and you're saying it's not on him. Why don't you ever agree with him?
This team isn't going to win without him. I do not trust Sam Darnold. They're not going to win without him.
There, he got a point.
So
I can't be mad at that.
They don't have a real backup. But and to say that, so you're going to say if one of the other quality quarterbacks in this league was on this team that they wouldn't win with that quality quarterback?
We're not talking about that.
Brock?
You could put somebody else there. I'm saying the 49ers aren't going to win without Brock Purdy as of right now. They have nobody else. They had Jimmy G. He couldn't do it. They had Trey Lance. He couldn't. No, don't give me that look. They had Trey Lance. He couldn't do it. He stepped in as Mr. Irrelevant and led them to victories. He has what, 5 losses since he's been there?
Are we serious?
I don't know.
They can't win without him.
The Brock Purdy thing.
You know what? I'm giving the man his due. It's a Mr. Irrelevant. To see this is crazy.
I'm gonna have him write a letter to you. I'm having him write a letter. Dear Kory, I ain't all that.
Are we serious? Are we serious? Listen, man, I could understand the Trey Lance argument. I can somewhat understand the Sam Darnold argument. Okay, let's not stop with this Jimmy G disrespect when he was in San Francisco, because they was in the conversation every single year he was there. Come on, let's stop that. Come on, I agree with that. Come on, please. Can we please stop? One time
when Jimmy G was there,
not the new Jimmy G, not the new Jimmy. No,
All
Kory,
right.
no, Kory, for real. One year he tore up his knee, and then the next year he went to the Super Bowl. What are we talking about? Why are we
Was
doing this to Jimmy G?
Was Jimmy G putting up these kinds of numbers? Were they actually like an
Wow.
actual number one team in the NFL? Were they ranked that high?
Didn't they go to the Super
There's
Bowl?
a difference.
My
They
bad.
did go
I
to the Super
forgot.
Bowl, but there's a
I
You
difference.
forgot you were talking to numbers, man.
I forgot.
If Jimmy G and Brock Purdy's putting up numbers and they're winning by large margins. Jimmy G was there; they were losing games and they would win, and then they'd lose, and then the scores weren't like lopsided; it was close game.
I
just want you to remember that.
Justin to not say anything when I ask this question. I want Kory to just
Here we
answer.
go.
Did Jimmy G even have this defense?
No, he didn't have this defense, but they had a decent defense. They did have a decent defense.
Is this defense decent? Are they decent?
No.
What
I
are
said
they?
he did have a decent defense. This is a
Okay, so
damn
Jimmy
good
G had a
defense.
decent one. So what is this one?
Oh man. So what's that
The
have to
word
do
you're
with
searching
this?
for is elite.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
That went out quick, bro. That went out pretty quick.
But it's true.
Okay. Well,
can't
let me
win
ask you
without
guys.
the guy.
Well, how about this? New number one.
Mm-hmm.
When quarterback Lamar Jackson walked onto the field for pregame warm-ups, he heard the chants of MVP coming from the Baltimore Ravens fans at Levi Stadium. After the Ravens' 33-19 victory over the San Francisco 49ers, it was all but confirmed. Lamar is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP this season. So Santa not only gifted Kory and the rest of the Ravens fans, but he also gifted the selection committee by eliminating Brock Purdy from the conversation for MVP. Because they were going to have a really hard time trying to get people to understand that he's the MVP when Christian McCaffrey was doing what he was doing on this team.
Mm-hmm.
I said it, convinced me different. Kory,
Well, you have
can
all
you now
rights.
get behind Lamar, which we at the middle of the season did say was probably going to be league MVP, and you were adamant about saying no? Can you?
Yeah, I can
no,
get
no.
behind
Don't talk
Lamar.
to me. Talk to Justin. Those were his rankings.
That was his rankings at the middle of the
Well,
season. At the
Now
middle
we're
of
at
the
the end of the
season,
season, and
he
he turns
was
out so
not
far to be right. I
at
think
that
he needs an
level.
apology, sir.
No. At the middle of the season, he wasn't at that level. These were mid-season awards. He is reached this level now. At the middle of the season, he wasn't. He's reached it now. So that's what that is. So you can't be like, oh well, I said it halfway through. It doesn't work that way. That was a mid-season award. Is McCaffrey still in the running? Yes. If McCaffrey touches 2,000, I think it's going to be very, very tough for Lamar to walk away with it
at all.
I think if Lamar beats if they beat the
Lamar's already got
Dolphins,
this thing won. He would have
it's
to fall on
locked
his
up.
ass. He'd have to lose over the next 2 games, and Cleveland would have to catch him for something to happen. There's no way Lamar doesn't win this unless he falls on his face.
That's what I'm saying. If he beats the Dolphins, then it's all locked up.
But Justin, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it for Kory. Justin, good rankings. Turns out that probably 90% of your rankings was on point. I'm just gonna say.
I want to know who's going to win defensive MVP. That's what's really in my mind. Because there's a lot.
And
of
you
good
don't think
candidates.
Myles Garrett.
You don't think that Myles Garrett has that locked up?
He has a good chance, but then there's Danielle Hunter, who's been playing phenomenal. That Mo said. Danielle Hunter. Who else is out there? Danielle Hunter's been playing really good. What are you saying, bruh?
Kory, I love you, man. I swear to God, I love you, man. But you be extra, bro.
What's
You be
What's going on, Cup?
No.
Over Myles Garrett?
over Miles Garrett. Hold on,
You
let me
guys are
say
gonna
this.
make me
Let me
do
say this
this.
right
Talking
now.
to the numbers guy, bro. Remember
Right
that.
now, you got Baltimore
Remember that.
Ravens at 12-4, and on top of the entire NFL. The only team that probably scares Baltimore and is right on their heels is Cleveland, who has a quarterback from
third or fourth
15 years
quarterback.
ago and has no starting running back, but yet they beat everybody because of that defense, which is led by Miles Garrett. And you want to talk about who?
Daniil Hunter, who has 16 sacks on the season, or 15 and a half, where Miles Garrett has 13. TJ Watt again is at 17. He's
You think
leading the
that
way.
16
Khalil
I
sacks?
Mack
love
is up
Kory,
there.
yo.
Yeah, I
I
swear
I'm
to
love
saying
God,
that
Kory.
Corey
there's
be,
other people playing good. Wait a minute.
Corey be
You
pulling
got
out some
Bland
shit.
with setting that record. You got Kyle Hamilton right now, who has the lowest passer rating against
Corey,
for, and he's been playing
Corey,
phenomenal football. There's a lot of
did
other
you
good
just say?
candidates. I'm
Did you
not
say to
saying he's
me
not going to
earlier
win.
today in
I'm
this
saying that
podcast?
it's going to be, I want to know who's going to win.
Did you say to me earlier in this podcast that Lamar is odds-on favorite to win MVP?
Right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he lead the league in touchdowns?
No.
Does he lead the league in passing yards?
No. Here
He
we
kind
go
of
with
just
this
proved you
crap.
wrong, though. He kind of
Does
He's
he
just
not
lead the
did.
proving
league
me
in like
wrong.
QBR ratings?
We'll see. What you'll see.
No,
Defensive
what
MVP
I'm
is
saying
not
is
on
that
a.
it's not like
It's
he's not
defense.
leading in it, right?
Okay.
But yet everybody agrees that he's odds-on favorite to win, correct? All I'm
He's not
saying is
wrong,
not
bro.
about
Like, we're not
it's not
trying to
all
hit you,
about
bro,
the
but it's
numbers.
like
Sometimes you got to see
he
the eye
ain't
test.
wrong, dog. He ain't wrong, bro.
All right.
We'll
All right.
see.
All right, Corey, I love you, man.
We love you,
I
bro.
really do, man. You're my brother. You're my brother.
But you can't. But you wrong, though.
You know, I love Corey. I love Corey. Leave him alone. Don't be messing with him, man. That's my man right there. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the New York Giants 33-25 yesterday. But while the score was close, the game was closer. We have seen the Eagles just barely winning all their games all season long. And yesterday was no different. I cannot remember seeing a winning team that had games this close since the Super Bowl winning Giants of 2008.
He's so ass.
In a weekend that saw the Eagles take back the division lead from the Cowboys, you would have thought that they lost it if you went to the locker room after the game. Perhaps because they knew that if they were playing a better team than the New York Giants, that they would have lost that damn game. Gentlemen, I want to talk about this because the Eagles won the game, and they only got 2 more games for the rest of the season, one of them being to go back and play the Giants yet again. But can you honestly tell me that the Eagles look good? They got the win, but did they look good? Justin, you've been real quiet today, and we've been going at Kory, so let's give Kory a break.
We ain't go at Kory.
I know he caused it, but we're gonna give him a break. We're gonna give him a break. Justin.
The Eagles, they not. There's something wrong. 120%. Ain't I? Like I said last week, I'm gonna blame the quarterback every single time. I'm gonna blame the leader. I'm gonna blame the person who's throwing the picks, who's still the interception leader of the league, who still can barely beat these teams and is getting saved by his defense. And I'm continuously gonna blame Jalen Hurts every single time. If it wasn't for the New York Giants being the Giants, they don't win this game.
Please add the referees to that team.
I don't want to hear nothing about the refs.
What do you mean, Kory?
What?
So there's a bunch of plays. There's one play that leaked out where one of the Eagles defensive linemen, he clearly jumps off sides before the ball is hiked. No flag, no nothing. Let the play go. The end play in the end zone, you see the guy get clearly manhandled and knocked out of the end zone. It should have been a DPI at that moment. And then there was a couple other plays where there was some flags not thrown. I had a whole bunch of little clippings on my IG from it. So it's what they've been saying, like that the referees have
Was
been
it
helping
biased
the
against
Eagles.
one team, Corey,
Oh
or was
yeah,
it kind
it
of like
was
going back and
bias.
forth?
No, it was bias. It was more help towards the Eagles than to the Giants, and for them for the Giants to put up 25, I was like, wow. But there's been a lot going around. If you read a lot of internet stuff, that the referees every game, it seems like it sways in the favor of Philly. So
Well, that's not the first time we've seen that before.
I know. Maybe the script
Well, let me
is in,
remind
right,
people where we
Justin?
are right now with the standings and whatnot. Just so everybody can see. The
Are you
Eagles
getting
took
everybody's
back
opinion?
that. What was that, Mo?
Are you getting everybody's opinion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to remind people where we are right now. Then we'll get right back to it. I just want to the Eagles are back in the number 2 spot with their win and the Cowboys loss. We're gonna get to the Cowboys loss after. So the Cowboys are now in the 5th. If the season were to end, they would have to play Tampa Bay. And if all the favorites win in the wild cards, the Cowboys would end up playing San Fran. The Eagles would probably play the Lions if all the favorites won. Okay, and that's where we stand currently. To Mr. Underrated there, please note the Buffalo Bills are now in the wild card. I'm just letting you know. Okay. I know he needed that for him.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Mo, let me get your opinion. Talk to me now.
I think the refs were pretty fair because they were calling craziness on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams had opportunities. The Giants upped their opportunities with Tyrod Taylor coming in for that particular game.
Yep. Needed it too. That was a
DeVito
great coaching decision.
Yep.
Great coaching decision.
DeVito wasn't getting it done. Tyrod came in there, gave that spark, and you could tell when the team responded, they almost beat the Eagles now. But something is wrong because how in the world do y'all have mostly the same players and then you upgrade it with a Jalen Carter,
Nolan Smith.
It's just so many that they added to that team, and then they just went and signed Shaq Leonard from the Colts. So it's like, what is up? But I know what's up. It's one person, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't the assassin that we saw last year. And there's tape because nobody knew how they were going to operate with A.J. Brown being on one side. Because remember, he got traded from the Titans last year. So that was unexpected. You caught lightning in the bottle. There ain't no damn lightning in the bottle this year. It's Jalen Hurts with chemistry with those receivers. Cool. But now he's sitting back there and he'll hold that one. You can't hold the ball. It ain't his line. His line is one of the greatest.
Yeah,
Lane Johnson's a stud.
Yeah, he's getting time back there.
He's getting time.
He got time. He got time. Don't want to let it go. You just want to let go.
If you give some of these, if you give Josh Allen that line, I could just go down the list, man. We know what's wrong. It's the quarterback. He's trying so hard. He don't like that loss because he wasn't the reason he lost that Super Bowl. He don't like that loss, but he's trying too hard. Stop thinking. Play like you did last year. That's my spiel.
I just sent you that clip in Mo, so you might want to look at it. And then you'll see the offside. You'll see the pass interference that wasn't called. You see,
but it was a few calls like that, Kory. It was on both sides, but we could do that every Eagles game. Every Eagles
do
game,
that almost every game. Period.
Yeah, you do every game.
The refs
period.
are not perfect.
Yeah,
the refs
game.
make a lot of mistakes.
I know
who the person
but
is.
It's been several times for the Eagles throughout this season.
I get it, Kory, but also this man is you could turn on First Take. You can turn on Undisputed, and you will hear them talk about how long he holds on to the ball. He holds on to the ball.
I
He holds
agree.
on to the ball, so it's him.
What game was
Now,
that?
those calls are going to do that every game. I could name you some for the Jags. The Jags is probably one of the most, we don't want that team in that market. They keep talking about us moving to London. It don't matter. We spend $100 million on the facility. Those calls happen, bro. They happen, bro. We can't talk about those calls that much. We got to talk about the QB. The QB is holding the ball. The QB is the problem. He's not scrambling as much as he did last year.
I never said he wasn't part of the problem. I said
I didn't say
add
you
the
did.
reps to it. But I agree with you. It's something we talked about earlier that he hasn't been playing well all season. When we were mentioning him as MVP,
get in
he had
his
all those interceptions.
He got to get in his thing. This is the same thing that got him benched in Alabama. Because Tua came in and played freely. Tua came in and won them that championship that year. This is the same thing. He's doing the same thing that got him benched in Alabama. He wasn't this sorry quarterback in Alabama. He just started thinking too much. He get in his head. He's back in his head.
I got you.
I'm talking to you from a guy who watches college football, watch these guys from college into the pros. I'm telling you, he's back in his head. He didn't like that loss, but instead of just saying, you know what, this is what I'll do, this is what I do, he's holding on to the ball, thinking too much. He's not even scrambling as much. His legs are that's one of the reasons why that tush push works so much. Because his legs. Okay, when y'all not at the one, when y'all don't have 1 yard, scramble, Jalen, because you can do it. You can do it.
You don't think he's scared to get injured though from scrambling?
I think that yes. I think that's a part of it. I think the coaches probably put that in
because the way I think about it is,
last year.
He just signed one of the at the time the biggest contract in the NFL history.
Yes.
And I think that you think it's him or you think it's the coaching telling him relax on the scramble?
I think it's the coach because I think a player always going to be a player. If I know what worked for me, if I know I can run and I know I can bust these motherfuckers, that's what I'm doing. I'm busting them. But
I think because I've been real criticized of Jalen Hurts, but after all the talk you saying, I'm thinking, well, he did sign this big contract. Maybe he's scared of injured, but it's also what if it's not him and it's the coaching advising him. Just take the sack or just don't scramble, fall down, etc. I mean, it's not smart ball play, but to protect your $51 million a year quarterback.
Yeah. He got hurt last year, so yes, I believe that's part of the problem.
That could be a reason. I could be wrong, or it could be just him, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna play that devil's advocate.
But if it's not him, you put fear in somebody that been playing without fear. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem.
It changes the aspect of the game.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Justin. Let me go to you, Justin, with this one.
What's up, man?
The Giants just barely lost this game. It was a good move to bring in Taylor. They play the Giants in 2 weeks. Okay. And they'll be at home because this one was in Philly. Correct me if I'm wrong. This one was in Philly, right, gentlemen?
I believe it was in Philly, yeah.
I look back at it just to make sure I'm not wrong about that.
Yeah, it was in Philadelphia.
This one was in Philly. That's what I said. Yeah. So they got to go to MetLife Stadium, okay, in 2 weeks, which we know always hurts these teams when, like, you have a team that just saw you. They know how you're playing. They already know how they're playing anyway because they're a rivalry game anyway.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that the Giants actually beat the Eagles in 2 weeks?
From a player point of view, yes. The reason why I say that is because you heard all game that Saquon Barkley and the rest of the Giant veterans are tired of losing to the Eagles. Saquon Barkley never beat the Eagles. He's never done it. Ever. That coach has never beat the Eagles. Ever. And if you want to throw in Dallas, throw Dallas in there as well. They've never beaten Dallas either. The way I think about these players are hungry for a victory to finally show that they can actually win a game in the division and be other than the Commanders. But the way from a head aspect, yes, like I said, from a coaching aspect, I just think the head coach gets out coached every time. Think about it, you going Nick Saban. Nick Saban has a great team over there, but I just don't think the Giants are well coached enough to beat the Eagles. It's a lot of talent on that Eagles ball. Talent point of view.
Well, I certainly hope that you're wrong. I hope that they can pull the victory out. You know, they barely lost this one. I hope that they.
I don't think it's the players, and you know the Giants had a pick 6 in this game that kept them in this game. If not, we'd be looking at a different score, and that's because Mr. Interception leader is going to keep throwing them interceptions. But if he doesn't, this game is a blowout. So I just want to say that the head coach is getting outcoached by his divisional rivals.
Oh, he's not the interception leader right now.
Who is it?
Howe, Allen, Mahomes. He's at 13. Yeah. So
I got you. All right. Well, let me get to the next
he's
one.
there.
The Eagles took the number 2 spot, but they took it from the Cowboys. The Cowboys had a pretty big game themselves this past weekend.
Why couldn't y'all just beat Miami? Let us have the number 1 spot.
Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault.
Another road
Wasn't
loss
his fault.
for the Dallas Cowboys. And while I usually defend the Cowboys,
Who
that won't
called
happen
them?
today.
Who said Miami was going to win? Can y'all tell me that?
Fred.
Fred
It's
Bowie.
one more person.
All right. But as far as for me, like defending them, that's not happening today. For the second straight week in the AFC, an AFC East team has left the boys searching for why they could not move the ball, stop the opposing team, and why they just simply cannot make a solid decision to save their lives. The opening drive where they passed up on an easy field goal to make the point and go for a touchdown on 4th down, it came back to bite them, and they lost by 2 points. Had they kicked that field goal on the opening drive, this would have been a different ending to the game. Gentlemen, I want your take on it, because obviously I'm a disappointed fan. I couldn't believe that they lost this game. I couldn't believe what I was watching. The Dolphin defense is not this good. You can't convince me it's that good. You can't, because everybody else has been able to move the ball on them. Why can't the Cowboys move the ball on them at all? And Marcellus, I'm going to go directly to you so you can get right into that biting of the Cowboys. Go get them. They deserve it.
The Cowboys depend on CeeDee Lamb. They depend a lot on CeeDee Lamb. In this game, you can't depend on CeeDee Lamb. Because in this game, Jalen Ramsey was going to be on CeeDee Lamb. So you had to find another option. You had to use your other options. You had other options. And I think that, you know, with that being taken away, because I don't want to just put that on Dak. It's a lot of quarterbacks in the league that have their weapon, and then when their weapon is taken away, they can't function properly. But then there was some other factors in there. But then that's what I mean. You always see that in these NFL games. But for me, I think that once that option, I think Miami threw Dak off with, "Hey, CD, you're gonna be on the island." That's what I think. That's what I think, man.
Yeah, but shouldn't he have known that was coming? I mean, it's not like
no,
we don't
because
know
you
who
got to
Ramsey
have
is.
confidence in your wide receiver too.
I know, but you know how my point
I think
is,
what he's
it's
saying
not like you
is
don't know
game
who this
plan.
guy is. We all know who Ramsey is.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you didn't have a plan B?
Cooks came out the ball.
Cooks came out the ball, but it's like,
Man,
He
listen,
only had
man.
2 catches for 14 yards.
Listen,
if you don't target him, he
touchdown.
can't ball, man. He can't.
I get that.
It's the
I
same.
get it.
Yeah, if you don't target him,
listen. One, the Giants should kick that field goal when they were right there at the goal line. 2,
Cowboys.
Cowboys. I'm sorry, Cowboys. I'm still on that whole divisional bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Right, the Cowboys should kick the field goal right there.
Yes.
Take
Second hand,
the points. You need the points.
Tony Pollard needs to start holding on to this ball.
Yeah.
because you need to fight for that yard. No, I'm not trying to hear that. He had the touchdown at the beginning of the game. He got stopped at the 1.
I got it. But those
got stopped at
plays
the 1.
happen every game.
Yeah, every time. Granted. And you guys are going to sit here and tell me that Dolphins won this game when Jason Sanders kicked 5 field goals from fucking 60 yards.
Game plan better.
Bro,
they
nobody game plan for this man to be leg pressing his leg all through practice. This man was leg pressing all through practice.
But the game plan didn't seem that great.
The Giants defense actually, Giants. Now you got me saying Giants. Dallas's defense actually played pretty well. They held Tyreek to under 100 yards, which is good. The receiving core, they didn't get the ball ran on them.
Jason Sanders beat them.
So kudos to the Giants.
I don't know, man. I watched the game, and although they kept Hill under 100, they didn't keep Hill under 100. Hill just when they threw the ball to Hill, he caught the ball. He was there, like anytime he wanted to, he got it. It's not like they didn't do shit to Hill. Okay, they decided to utilize the entire team's weapons against the Cowboys. That's why Mostert had a good game. A-Chain had a good game. Waddle was having a good game before he got hurt and came out. Okay,
Miami had a different
99 with a fucked up ankle.
Miami had a different game plan.
Hold on. Where do you see Mostert and Mostert had 11 carries, 46 yards. Then he went on to have what? 1 catch for 4 yards.
Name the other.
Name 7 carries, 24 yards.
It's not what he finished.
And then he had 1 for.
It's whenever he touched the ball, they couldn't tackle him.
Yeah, you're gonna make.
Did you
plays.
watch the game, Kory? I know it was I know it was Christmas Eve, and I know you had family over. So I'm asking, did you actually watch the game?
I caught the ending of this game. I was looking at. I caught the ending of the game. That's what I watched. I was just looking at stats
I watched
right
the game. I sat there and I watched the game intently, pissed off because they couldn't stop anybody. Anybody Tua gave the ball to, anybody was able to he threw the ball to, they caught the ball. Okay, it was terrible. They couldn't stop them. The stats lied to you. They lied to you because of the fact that there was no stopping them. Okay, the field goals came because they tightened up toward the red zone, but they marched the ball
up and down the field,
up and down, all the way up into the red zone where they finally got stopped. Okay,
and down the field.
Hill shouldn't have had 100 yards with a fucked up ankle.
It was easy, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay, and the fact that Dak couldn't throw past 10 yards on this team, when you have Gallup, he's got Jesus, who the hell is the other?
Cooks,
Ferguson. What are you supposed to do when you get in the red zone? Are you supposed to be kicking field goal? Or are you supposed to be scoring?
Well, on that opening drive, when they decided to
not for Dallas, not for Dallas. I'm talking about for the Dolphins. You're supposed to score when you get in the red zone. If a team is in the red zone and they could stop you from scoring, that's a win.
Yes.
So regardless of them moving the ball, they didn't get in. The 49ers went to the red zone multiple times and didn't get in. So if you could stop them, that's that. The rest of that falls on the offense. The offense needs to be able to move the ball on Dallas's end. But if you could stop a team,
did you hear what we opened this segment with?
You're talking about moving the ball here.
No, we was talking about how they decided not to kick a field goal. Dallas
No. I think you got me misconstrued. Talk about even though Miami was able to move the ball, Dallas still held them to field goals, right?
Red zone.
Okay, that's a win. If you could hold a team in the red zone to field goal, that is a win.
They ain't hit them from the red zone.
But you can't
at the 50.
Even if you hold.
He was saying they got into the red zone.
Hold on. If you and I are playing one another and you march all the way down and kick a field goal, I'm not taking that moral victory when I can't score a touchdown on you.
I'm taking
a point. That on the other side, that's where Dallas needs to be able to move
when
the ball.
I'm barely getting field goals on you because I'm barely getting over there to get to the field goal. But you come all the way down here and kick the field goal on me all day long.
I'm taking
that's why your kicker had 5 field goals. My kicker didn't have 5 field goals. Okay, I
taking
lost
points.
that game.
from
I'm taking
50.
points.
I'm wearing
Yeah.
this shirt for Fred Bowie because I don't have a Dolphin jersey, but I would wear a Dolphin jersey for Fred if I had one, for me to apologize for talking smack, because
And
the
Fred Bowie
Cowboys
got
got
Dolphin
beat.
shoes.
Cowboys got beat. It wasn't close, man. It wasn't close. The
got
game
Dolphin
looked
No.
closer than what
You
it was.
skipped over that. Hold on. Hey,
He got
Fred,
Dolphin
that's
shoes.
that's crazy that you got Dolphin shoes, bro.
Oh, yeah,
I
Fred.
can't even call you bro. I'm gonna call you Unc.
Fred
Unc.
had. I bet you Fred
Unc.
has a Dolphin fedora.
Unc. That's crazy. That's
Come
crazy.
on,
You
Fred,
got
old
Dolphin
school,
shoes.
baby. He gonna keep it fly.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Them
No,
problems
but
crazy.
But I was disappointed in this game because it wasn't close. The score is close, and the score came down to a field goal. But the Cowboys got beat up all day. They got beat up and bullied all day. They should have lost by 20. Tua definitely looked better. Tua, his rankings went up with MVP for this game. Dax didn't. That should tell you something right there. Tua looked good. Tua looked good. And that's with a 2-point win. But Tua looked good.
Jason Sanders about to get a big contract. Big contract.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Highest paid kick in the league.
Yeah. And he kicked big, man. He kicked big.
I bet
So
he did.
that goes to where it gets. And I'm going to give credit to where credit is due. The Tua-led Dolphins had a good game plan. Mostert and A-Chain played well. And Hill made his presence felt, even though not with a huge numbers that he would have wanted. Tua moved himself into the hot debates of MVP as the odds-on number 2. But even more of a hard decision may be coach of the year between Harbaugh, who actually moved the Ravens offense around and changed them to what they are, and making them the top team in the NFL, but also to Mike McDaniel, who turned the Dolphins into a serious contender. Gentlemen, tell me where
weirdo.
he is a weirdo, but he's a weirdo who's winning. And now you said he never beat nobody. He just beat the Cowboys.
This is the first team this season that's above 500 that they beat.
Okay, well, eventually you got to do it.
Don't matter for real.
You can't, like, how many opportunities has he had to beat a quality team? Well, we were just talking about a quality team. He just beat them. And he didn't just beat them barely. Okay, he beat them by 2 points. But again, that was he did not beat them by 2. He really beat them.
It matters more because it's later in the season. It seems like they
Yeah.
figured it out.
And this is a game where the Cowboys needed to hold on to it, because guess what?
Yep.
They had home field all the way up until they were playing the 49ers. Now they fell to the 5th spot, and that means that they're going to be away the whole damn playoffs.
Yep.
So you needed this one, and you lost it.
Yep.
Okay?
I would hate to be a Cowboys fan because you're going to get
Thanks.
the most scrutiny. You're good. Yeah, I mean, you laughing. You're always going to get the most scrutiny. Always. Every single last year. Every single last year.
Wow.
So when you lose games like this, when your team was up here and then you lose a game like this and then boom, you automatically down here because you got the America's team bullshit. Now we all know how I feel about Dakota. But Dakota, we know how I feel about Dakota. Come on, Kory, don't do this right here, right now. But losing a game like this at the end of the season to Miami, who everybody says, oh, you can't. We just said on the last show, oh, they don't beat nobody who got a winning record. They don't beat nobody above 500. But they just did. Now what can we say? And guess who they beat? The most scrutinized team. You know how much hype that bring?
Facts.
That bring a lot of hype, bro.
Yeah. That's why Tua is number 2 in the MVP.
Boom. Look at that. Shot up. We ain't
right
talked about Tua.
Yeah. I mean, he's been there, but ain't nobody talked about him. But now they definitely going to talk about him now.
We talked about Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and
Tyreek
Lamar.
Hill.
Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill. We ain't talking about no damn
Josh Allen
Tua.
at one point.
Josh Allen at one point.
Which
We
is
ain't talking about no
crazy.
damn
Which that's
Tua.
crazy.
We talked about Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins. We ain't talking about no damn Tua.
They'll be in the M&T Bank this weekend, so
Y'all better handle business now.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
we
don't
need
take them lightly.
lock up. It's a home
Don't
game
take them
for
lightly.
us.
All right. Since nobody's got nothing else to say about that Coach of the Year comment that I wanted to say, nobody want to talk about that. Y'all must know.
It's Jim Harbaugh, bro. It's Jim
Yeah.
Harbaugh. You give it to Mike McDaniel, that's crazy.
All right, man. This guy came out of nowhere and did his thing. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Mike McDaniel. Yeah,
The Las Vegas Raiders defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 20-14, making the Chiefs 9-6 this season and giving Mahomes his worst year as a professional.
I want my
Worst
respect.
team.
I want
Crazy
my
part
respect.
is there is a scenario that leaves the Chiefs on the outside looking in, as the Raiders still have a shot to take the division from the Chiefs with the way that they're playing.
I want my respect.
And that's crazy to me. Gentlemen, the
I
hell
want
are
my
the Raiders
respect.
doing? What are the Raiders? What are the Raiders doing right now?
Antonio
Everything
Pierce.
good.
Antonio
Everything good.
Pierce.
I'm glad you said that, Kory. I'm glad you said that. Justin, what are the Raiders doing?
Everything good. Players are motivated. Players look re-energized. They got a batter in their back, and they coming with it. They coming to take that division.
Well,
I think they're
I got a
playing
question
more
for
with a
you
purpose.
based off of what, like Kory just said. You said Antonio Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he still the interim coach?
Nah,
Because they holding out.
he the head coach. He the head coach. Wait till the end of the year. Head coach.
I'm just saying when I
Usually,
when I watch the Raiders games, I truly feel like he's not just a coach. I feel like, you know what it
He's a
felt like
players
to me?
coach.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back in time and y'all, Justin, you weren't even born yet. Okay. I remember the Jet team from the 90s. Hey Justin, who's your head coach of the Seahawks?
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. Do you know who he used to play for? I mean, not he played for, who he used to coach for before he became a head coach?
No.
He was the defensive coordinator of the New York Jets. Okay. Back when we had Mo Lewis, we had an awesome team. We had a terrible team. Let me get that right. We had a terrible offense, same as we did now, but the defense was one of the best. Okay. And I remember him being animated on the sideline, hugging his players, running up and down. That's a defensive coordinator. I was like, damn, this guy is deep. And then he went to go to USC, made his thing there before he went to Seattle. What I'm saying is when you see something like that and you see these players, they go hard for this guy. Antonio Pierce, they go hard for him, man. He ain't just a coach. To them,
Players.
not to them. Not to them.
Nah, he one of them.
Okay, not to them. Why hasn't the ownership said, you know what? Let's get this man the chance. Why they keep on dissing him? Why is he still the interim coach?
This is normal though. You see this all the time. When an interim coach comes in, they let him finish out the year. They want to see how he performs because you don't want to be you don't want to be hasty. Let me just say that. You don't want to be hasty when I say this because you don't want to have him win 3 games and then lose 7 and then you hire him as your head coach already. No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
they're gonna
but
wait. They're gonna wait till the end of the year. Wait till the end of the year. Let him go through off season. They're gonna hire him in the off season, and everything's gonna be peachy. Just be patient. It's gonna happen.
We've seen in other occasions where people are fired and then somebody else is promoted to head coach right away as soon as that person's fired. We've seen it both. So it's either you're correct for what you're saying, or they're waiting on somebody to become available.
I doubt it. If they hire anybody else other than Alex Pierce, that's a mistake on the ownership.
Yeah,
Antonio
but when he was
Pierce.
team, where were they? I mean, don't get
He's
me
been
wrong.
what
He's a
in
500
charge for how long?
coach. He's like a 500 coach. It's not like this guy is he's running away like Lombardi, but you can see that he inspires the team. You know, he knows the game and he inspires the team. Is there another coach on the
31st.
horizon?
But you know why?
30
Because
31st. His first game was the 5th of November.
The 5th of November.
yeah, you're a
Yeah.
month and a half in.
All right.
How many games has he been coached? Well, 5
Looking
games.
for
Is that
5th of November.
5 games?
5th of November. That means that puts him at a 4-3 record. If his first game was the 5th of November.
And the 3 losses, who they came to?
The 3 losses were to Miami, Kansas City, and Minnesota.
Okay. Right there. As enough said right there. He lost to 3 playoff teams at the time. Minnesota was a playoff team at the time. They're not a playoff team now. They're
They
playoff
just
team at
got
the
knocked
time.
out of the playoffs. They
They
did.
just got knocked out. He lost to 3 playoff teams. Let's not be hasty. He's winning. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. Remember, this is the players are so motivated with him. It's for a reason. He went through what they went through. He went through what they go through. I won't be surprised if he's out there running routes with them in practice. If he's out there doing training camp with them, I won't be surprised. He's a player's coach. This is like the same shit with Jeff Saturday. He took over the Colts a year or 2 ago. It's the same shit. Give him the end of the year. They're gonna hire him on. See now, Jeff Saturday he failed. he failed, but
All right.
he
Hey,
can go take
let
over.
me go to this next statement because I don't want to spark up anything about why he's still an interim, but I have my own thoughts upon it. But let me get to this. Shannon Sharp said that the Chiefs are a one and done team once they go to the playoffs. Is he right, Mo?
That's how I take. That's
Don't
why he
talk
be on
bad
hot
about
take.
Unc.
I
Don't
just
talk
said-
bad about
I just
Unc
said-
now,
I didn't
Mo.
say it. Shannon Sharp
Don't
said
talk
it.
bad about
Shannon
Unc
Sharp
now.
said it. I was there when he said it.
Shannon Sharp said, I didn't say
I
it.
heard
I'm
it.
asking you, is he right?
We were literally together when he said it.
I've been waiting on you to call my name. Listen, this is more about the Chiefs than it is about the Raiders. I've been saying on this fucking show all fucking season about these fucking receivers. Kory jumped his ass every time and interrupted me when I talked about the Chiefs. Every single time and ran down the numbers. He went to listing names of the receivers. He went to listing what they did prior. He went to listing what that Super Bowl last year. He went to listing all these things. And I said, hey man, this is different. And then he said we was attacking him. I was attacking him. I was never attacking him. This shit looks really different. Shannon Sharp is right. One and done. One and done. They out of here.
It depends on the matchup, bro. It depends on who they match up with.
No, it don't. No, it don't. No, it
Pull the
don't.
bracket up.
No, it don't.
Pull the bracket up.
The AFC is not for that this year.
Yeah, he won and
Records
done.
against the
He won and done.
The AFC
That's
is,
it. That's it. One and done.
The AFC is not for that this year. The AFC has been preparing for the Chiefs
For years. Not just this year. Years.
not just this year. And then you know what the Chiefs did? Not go get a number one receiver.
I don't need him.
I don't need them. I'm finna just
I don't
run
need
with
'em.
Kelsey. I've said this on this fucking show this whole fucking season. Ever since I've been on, I've said the same thing. And look what we doing. We losing. The Chiefs is losing. Not we. The Chiefs is losing. I keep saying that. Bruh, it's over, bro. They're gonna have to correct that shit in the offseason. It's over, bro. Shannon Sharp, right? They want it done. They want it done. And Kory, you shouldn't even be covering your mouth because this is an opening for you niggas. For you. For the Ravens. This is an opening for you. Now, are you gonna have to do it next year? Probably not. Or you could prepare for multiple teams. But AFC been preparing for the Chiefs for years. The Chiefs fucked up. This is their fuck up year. They'll fix this shit in the offseason. I think that. But Shannon Sharp, right? They one and done. They one and done. I don't have no confidence in them boys, man. You can't pat Mahomes me to death. Look at them receivers, man. Did you see that? Look at that offense. They look horrible. Horrible.
Even Kelsey and him, they usually happy guys. They don't look happy right now.
Ain't no Eric B enemy. Ain't
They're
no
not gonna
Eric
win.
B enemy, B.
They're not going to win this year. Not in this AFC. This AFC is so
No.
tough. So this AFC is
This
extremely
AFC
tough.
is ridiculously tough.
Yeah, this is like I said, an AFC team, bro. You to be in the AFC nowadays is tough.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly,
tough.
if those who think that it's not true, in the NFC, you have 3-4 teams tops. Everybody else is middle of the road. The AFC is deep.
Yeah. To
There's
get a
a
wild
lot
card
of
spot, you are a
competition in the
top tier
AFC,
team.
man.
You are a top tier team in the AFC.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if the wild card teams in the AFC, if they could go to a different division in the NFC, they probably would lead
They
their
sweep.
division.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, but I got one for you. Let's see. Here it goes. The Buffalo Bills are now in the playoffs, holding the 6th seed in the wild card with a victory over the Chargers 24-22. And the losses by the Colts and the Bengals. They got that help that they needed, y'all. How scared is the AFC now that the Bills are in? I'm going to go to Justin because I know he wants to talk about it. Go ahead,
Listen,
Justin.
man, I'm not going to sit here and act like this was a beautiful victory because it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm not going to sit because listen, I'm a realistic fan. I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Raven fan. I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. Like, I'm a
What
realist
does
fan, you know
that
what I'm saying?
mean?
So-
I'm a realist. I
Listen, I'm a
sat here
realist.
and
I'm a
gave you
realist.
real facts about the Ravens
Listen,
49ers
I'm a
game.
realist.
I never
I'm a
said
realist.
like,
Listen,
oh,
listen,
this and
listen,
that.
Corey, stop defending yourself. Let him talk.
listen, bro. It was not a beautiful game. You know, Josh Allen threw another interception. He needed to stop throwing them shits. But
He ain't going to.
he put the team on his back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rushing touch. He did 2 rushing touchdowns, threw a passing touchdown. You know what I'm saying? This defense need to clean up a little bit because this quarterback from the Chargers went ahead and let the Raiders drop 100 points on them. You come back this week against my Bills and you think you want to play like the Mahomes in 2019. You got to relax. You know what I'm saying? I know whatever they told him this week in practice, I need to be told that every day. I get up on my bed with motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bills, this was not a clean victory, but it was a victory and it mattered. Like I said, I told y'all Texas was going to lose this game. The Colts so happened to lost. Bengals got upsetted. I'm going to go play lottery now. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. I don't got much to say about this game because this game, it was not clean. It was not like I can come in here and be like, Mr. Overrated going in there and kill. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He won. That's all he did.
It was a dog fight.
Yeah, he won. And it shouldn't have been. It should have not been at all. But
Chargers were fighting for respect and the Bills were fighting for playoff. It's a dog
Chargers
fight.
need to relax. They need to sit down, bro. Go get your draft pick and go sit down, bro. Like,
they're trying to play spoiler to everybody. Whoever they play.
Guess what?
Let me ask you guys a question then based off of that. Josh Allen hasn't looked that good in 2 weeks. Teams have won. They've put themselves in a position where they needed to be. Okay. And they still got a shot at winning the actual I think they still have a shot at winning the actual with the AFC East, don't they? Or is that
they need to win out? No, they need to win out and Miami.
They play the Dolphins
Miami needs to
in
lose.
Final game.
Miami needs to lose the next 2.
I thought they said Miami clinch.
If they win next game,
they clinch a playoff berth.
Miami clinch next game if they win.
Yeah, Miami
big dog.
is clinched to the playoffs.
Look at
they
that
have not clinched the
I think
AFC
Miami
East.
clinched, bro.
No, they have not clinched the
Okay.
AFC East because
they clinched, bro.
Okay, because
they clinched,
no,
bro. They clinch, bro. I think Miami and Baltimore clinch.
Miami clinched the playoffs.
Oh,
If Miami loses the next 2 weeks
Oh yeah, Miami clinched
and
the
the
playoffs.
Bills
There you
win
go.
the
You're
next
right.
2 weeks, they'll have the
That's what we
same
just
record,
said.
and they would have beaten Miami 2 times this year. So they haven't clinched the AFC East yet. That's what I'm saying. So that it's a possibility. Miami's got to go play Baltimore next week. They lose to Baltimore, and then they play the Buffalo Bills in the final week. They could lose the AFC East. So that's not a wrap yet. But Josh Allen hasn't looked good in 2 weeks. Are we still scared of him?
You better be.
That's a good question.
You better be.
The teams have won, but he didn't look that good. He didn't look good last week. He didn't look good against the Cowboys.
He didn't look great. He didn't look great. He played
He didn't
decent.
look good against Cowboys. You said he
Against
threw
the
for
Cowboys, like
90
I said,
yards.
yeah. But the Cowboys game, that was different because James Cook came out on steroids. Now this game, he played good. 3 TDs. You plug in another quarterback in this offense, they're not doing that. You can't tell me that another quarterback you plug into this Bills offense, they're gonna do what Josh Allen do. It's the reason why he lead the league in interceptions. Well, he tied for the league. It's the reason why. Because he's not scared to throw that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like when Mo's this quiet. I don't like it at all.
So if Miami loses, Buffalo clinches the 2nd seed, and then Miami
would have to lose
Miami
both games.
needs the next 2. Miami needs the next 2. Bills
have
need
to
to win
lose
they
out.
out.
have to lose the next 2, and Bills got to win out. That changes that.
Yeah, they got to win out. So that's the only way. That's the only way that happens. All right.
Also, if Baltimore
Hold on.
sits,
The Steelers defeated the Cincinnati Bengals. That's
Oh,
right.
I know
Mo.
your
I said
uncle
the
was on
Steelers. Your uncle
10.
must have called you.
I
The
know
Steelers
he was
defeated
on
the Cincinnati
10, boy.
Bengals 34-11 with statement games from George Pickens and Mike Tomlin, which I did say Mike Tomlin was going to keep his streak going. Okay. But I don't intend on backing down to my statements from Saturday. And even though Pickens had a great game, it's yet another example of the occasional good game outweighing the cancer in the locker room that he causes. I'm not surprised. This is the same thing that happened with Antonio Brown. So Pickens has a good game. Is everything all well? Is everything hunky-dory,
No.
guys? Because they're acting like everything's fine now. You
He
guys
only
have
had
nothing
4
to say?
receptions. He only had 4 receptions. So it's not-
but there was some of the plays were explosive and deep down the field.
That's exactly why
first
he was
catch
a
was
big
like
game.
80-something
It's not
yards,
a big game.
and then I think he had another one. He got lucky, beat defensive coverage. Browning, he had 335 yards. If he didn't have 3 interceptions, this game would be totally different.
Mason Rudolph
But,
came out on
yeah.
Christmas like he should have.
Rudolph
Mo.
only.
Hey, listen, man. No, everything is not all right. They supposed
Thank
to
you.
do that. What the hell do y'all expect Mike Tomlin to say? Oh, we still a shit stain, but we got the job done today. No. First and foremost, though. Well, it can't be first and foremost because I already said my statement. Hey, get out the hospital. Wish you well, my
I'm
boy.
sorry to hear.
You know, yeah. You know I love you, man. He that's why he didn't flood my phone. But listen, he know I'm gonna keep it honest too. Boy, did the Bengals fuck this up. Boy, did they fuck this up. Move like you was moving on every other team before this with Jake Browning. But did they seem like to y'all that they played the same game plan that they played against the Steelers?
Oh,
Or did
no.
they get a little too cocky?
He
He was check down man, right? He was check down man
before.
He wasn't check down man against them for what? Why? Why would you go away from that? You got TJ Watt coming for you.
Well, they have a lot of injuries in their secondary, so maybe that's why they were thinking they could take some shots. I mean, even Minka's hurt.
Hey man, it's called game time adjustment. Adjust.
Exactly.
Adjust.
Halftime.
Let's go back
Halftime
to what's
adjustment.
worked. Let's go back to what worked. And they didn't do that. And they got their ass bust. So now
That's
we
what the
here.
Giants did.
And now we here. Now we here. Now the Steelers got a little life in them. You got George Pickens looking at the camera telling me something. Bitch, shut up. You still was causing all this confusion on this team. You ain't have no motherfucking respect for Mike Tomlin, who gonna be there after you gone. Come on, man. No, they not good. They not in a good place. They just did what they were supposed to do on a team that wanted to change their little game plan. That's stupid, Bengals. Come on, get it together.
They just did what they were paid to do.
Yes.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Mo. Let me ask you a question. Let me go right back to you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Did they screw up? I'm talking about the Bengals. Or did Browning finally get figured out? So going forward, is everybody
There
going to
you go.
have the recipe for them? Or it was just we messed up because we tried to change too much?
They screwed up because you wasn't showing weakness before. You done show weakness. It's over. You can't do that in the NFL. This ain't college. You show weakness. We on your ass. We're gonna take away your checkdowns now. We see how you look without no checkdowns. It's over. It's over.
You cut all that Joe Burrow 2.0 talk out the way.
Cut all that shit out.
Cut
It's over,
that
bro.
bullshit out. Over.
Joe Burrow 2.0. The whole league knew that was disrespectful. Guess what? We cutting that out because if we take away your check down, we see what happened. We saw what happened when you got confident. All we got to do is, man, you can't do that in the NFL. So
you're done. You're done.
Finito.
When is Chase coming back?
No time soon. No time soon. Yeah, like go, man. See you next year.
All right, I'm just checking. I'm just questioning.
Hey guys, questionable.
Hey, let's give some kudos to kudos. What for people that need the thing? The Lions have clinched. Isn't like the first time in a real shit. I don't know if it's even in their history.
Said 30 years.
They've clinched before.
Yeah, it's like stupid amount of years since the last time that they clinched their division. But they beat the Vikings 30-24, and at the same time knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs. So I just wanted to mention it. I watched the game. I wasn't impressed by the game, to be honest with you.
No.
Not so much because the Vikings, they almost looked like they didn't even show up, with the exception of Jefferson. Jefferson was doing he was doing his thing. But other than that, the rest of the team looked like they didn't even bother showing up to that game. So it was an easy victory for the Lions. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't have been. But I just wanted to mention it because they did clinch. But I did want to talk about this because this one matters. All right. Let me bring this up.
Mullins had 441. Damn.
Yeah, but he threw 5 picks.
Yeah.
Threw like 5 picks.
He was airing that bitch out because they don't
give a fuck.
Running back. They don't have a goddamn running game. So he aired that motherfucker out.
He did.
And still lost by 6.
But now I do want to get with you, Mo, on this one. I want to get with you on this one, man. Mm-hmm. The Jacksonville Jags were defeated by the Tampa Bay Bucks 30-12, while the Colts lost to the Falcons 29-10, and the Texans lost to the Cleveland Browns 36-22. All 3 teams are tied for the top spot with 2 games left to go, and the Texans and the Colts have to face one another in the final game of the season. Can any of these teams be healthy enough to win the division and hopefully a playoff game or 2? Mo, I wanted to get with you on this one because I did check on Trevor Lawrence, and it does not look like he'll be playing this weekend.
Don't say that.
Well, unfortunately, I was going to get to this in a minute. I actually was going to lead off with this. this weekend. It says that he has a sprained AC joint. This is
Okay.
the same injury that held out Carr for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I
Didn't
mean,
Anthony Richardson have one too, or did he have like a tear?
Tear.
He not gonna sit, bro. He should have sat last week.
Hold on.
He not gonna
yeah.
sit. He not gonna
Listen,
sit.
and hold on, man. Let me pick this goddamn mic up. The Jaguars have lost for so long that they let this motherfucker just run the damn organization. They have lost for so long that they forget, hey, maybe we should make some common sense motherfucking judgments. So now let's just keep track now. Knee should have sat, didn't. High ankle sprain should have sat, didn't. Concussion should have sat, didn't. Now we had a fucking AC joint on the shoulder, on the throwing shoulder. I know. They went and signed Matt Barkley from the Giants just in case. But you know what they did last week before Trevor played? They let CJ Beathard take all the first team snaps in practice all the way up until Friday. They signed EJ Perry all the way up until Friday. And you know what happened on Sunday? Trevor Lawrence started. I don't look at this shit, man. Sit. I've been saying this for weeks.
He has been saying it for weeks.
Sit your ass down. Heal. Do something. Man, come on, man. Now we shouldn't have lost to no Bucks, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Man.
No, y'all ain't lose. I got your
dusted.
asses beat.
We
I got your
dusted.
asses beat.
We got dusted. And
They
he
had
was throwing
your ass
interceptions like it was
right here.
Yeah.
And they watch your
Boom.
shit, bro.
There we go.
The Muffin Man heard what you said, and he put you here, and he said, hold that shit. Cause you don't understand, bro. Muffin Man had to put you. He heard all the shit you was talking all year long about him. He watched the podcast too, and he said, "When I see the Jags this year, I'm gonna put him over my fucking knee, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him." You know what I'm saying? He did all that just cause he know you watching.
Yes.
And he gonna come out here and say we should have said no. He know what you did. He know what y'all been doing. He know what you've been saying, and he took it out on the Jaguars.
Hey, Baker Mayfield, I still say fuck you. And I hope that the Bucks sign you to a multi-year deal. You sorry piece of shit. I hope they sign you to a multi-year deal, and then y'all be ass for the years that you are the starting quarterback because you are still ass. You are still ass.
You know what's gonna happen? The Jags are gonna eventually get Baker Mayfield at some point.
All right,
and he's gonna be in love with it.
podcast now.
Hey,
all right,
like,
this is my last
subscribe.
podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm out.
Hey,
but yeah,
well, let me ask
I
you guys
think he
a
should
question.
sit down. I think he should sit down. Sit
All
your
right.
ass down, Trevor. We got a playoff. We still in the playoff run.
Yeah, right now you're leading.
There,
Well, you're
why are we
tied for
doing
number
this?
one, tied for the division. The Jags do have the easiest road to get there. They play the Panthers. They play the Titans.
Say that again. Name my next game.
The Panthers and the Titans. These are two very winnable games. I'm telling you right now, Trevor, if you ever had a game that you probably could have set, it's the Panthers. Let the running back run. It should be a straight run. It should be the way James Cook was playing the Cowboys, and you should have like 8 yards passing.
One more thing.
In this game.
One more thing. You know what the media keep putting out? Oh, he hasn't missed a game since high school. Hey, media
You
man.
trying to guilt trip him? You trying to guilt trip him?
Or maybe he's watching the podcast and he don't want to listen to Mo's advice. He's trying to prove you
Trevor,
wrong.
you know
Trevor,
what? He needs
Trevor,
to
I
just
love
have
you.
8 yards. He could have one check down pass. Okay, 2 for ATN.
The only thing I want him to check
it.
down is his draws when his wife requested.
Yo,
Yo,
Shit got
That's the
real
only
spicy.
thing I
and
want
you
him to
be
request.
talking about me.
Man, fuck,
And you
Next
talk
topic.
about me.
I
topic.
don't
Yo,
care about. We playing Carolina, bro. Come on,
can
just
we?
sit down.
This went dark. Can we just?
Next topic.
Yeah, next
All right,
time.
Yeah.
Marissa,
real quick.
Marissa, tell him
Stroud
to
is
sit
still
down
out.
and let you handle it.
Stroud is still out.
Whoa.
Stroud. Hey, I'm trying to put the train back on the tracks, guys. Okay, you got
It
Stroud is still out.
derailed.
Okay, and even if he was back in, they do have to play the Colts on the last game of the year, so they got to play one another. So they're gonna be battling that shit out. Jags only have to beat the Panthers and the Texans, two very winnable games, and they run away with this. Okay,
Bryce Young
so
came the ball last week, just so you know.
come on,
Or this
Jags,
week.
stop fucking around. Okay, now
Bryce Young.
I got something. I got to let off my chest. Well, you know what? Let me start with this first. Okay. Hawkinson has a torn ACL and is gone for the season.
He's having a good
Unfortunately, the
season, too.
Vikings, through all the injuries that they've had, here's yet another one of a top player who's going to be out. And by the way, he was on my fantasy league. So, and credit to Justin for going to the Super Bowl in our fantasy league, guys. Let's root him on. He's playing. It looks like he's gonna play Victor, right?
I ain't playing the trash cans.
Boy.
See why he ain't here?
All right, it looks like Victor and Justin are going for the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna have my
Right.
little crystal trophy when y'all see me next time.
But I do have something I want to discuss. I got something to let off my chest, guys. Joe Flacco has no ill will toward the Jets. He's just happy to be where he is. That's what he said. Well, he may not have no ill will, but I certainly do. When I sit there and I look at what Joe Flacco is doing with the Cleveland Browns, to know that his first choice was to go to the Jets when Rodgers got hurt, he even called them, and they turned him down.
What a fucking liar.
The Jets passed on Joe last season and left him home this year when Rodgers went down, so that they can keep on going with Zach Wilson, which turns out to be a bust. To know that there was even a possibility of having this Jet team led by Joe Flacco, who's doing what he's doing right now with Cleveland, means he probably could have done that with the Jets with a better team, because Cleveland is lesser talent than what the Jets have. Who knows what they probably could have done and whether they could have gone to the playoffs. So to me, I'm really pissed off about this, and I have a lot of fucking ill will to the Jets, and I needed to let that off my chest, because that right there was all because of Rodgers. I'm good. I don't even need y'all to make a comment about that. I just needed to get that out, because that was all Rodgers. Rodgers didn't want him here, and that's why that man is on Cleveland and probably going to go deep into the playoffs with that old-ass arm of his.
That arm ain't old. That arm,
Hell no.
whoa. That arm ain't old, brother. That
That arm-
arm still throwing deep. You
That
hear me?
arm don't
Oh,
look
honey,
old,
pause,
but that arm is
pause,
old, but it don't look
No
old.
honey.
Pause. But that arm still.
He throwing spirals.
You saw
Real
that shit,
nice.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
on
got a
the
lot of
money,
he's got a lot of
perfectly
interceptions
spotted
as well to
spirals.
go along with it.
Bro,
So
a lot of
there
those
you go.
interceptions are heat checks. They heat checks, bro. They heat checks.
But I don't know how
He
you
threw
can
one
say
pick, and I was like, that was a
um,
heat check. I said it. I was a heat check, bro, because he was hot. He was going crazy.
Well, I don't know, but I don't know how you can say that he's working with less than what the Jets have, where we've already established that the Browns have a great offensive line. They still have a Nick Chubb. They got good running backs, so that's comparable to Brees Hall.
Wait, they
They've
don't
got
have
a
Nick Chubb. He's
proven
been
wide
gone all season,
receiver,
sir.
and
They don't
I
have
know,
Nick
but I'm saying
Chubb.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. They
He's talking
have.
about
I'm
somebody who was
not
gone all
saying
year,
he's
though.
there. I'm just saying what they have, the pieces they have, not playing what they have. Because you were saying something like that. Their deep.
I just muted him because he's not even hearing himself. Okay.
They have
No.
Brees Hall.
No. You're not listening to what I'm saying. He said that the Jets is a better team total in totality over the Browns. I think they're more like equal as what they have all around.
So they
You
don't have
wouldn't
Nick
agree.
Chubb. They have Ford. Okay.
You
That's
talking about this season?
that's their
Like
running
this
back.
season? Yes, correct. This
Okay.
season.
So you're
What the
saying
fuck
the Jets
season am I
defense is
talking
better
about?
than the Browns
2029?
Yeah,
defense?
talking about this season. Well, this season. That's what I'm saying. Is that
Yeah.
he's not talking about who's on the roster. He's talking about right now,
I'm not talking about the
team
guys
right now.
sitting on the bench who don't play.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
Current
the
right
guys
now.
All
on
right.
the IR who don't play. I'm talking about right now, the guys who play.
Whose O-line is better?
Browns.
Okay. Whose defense is better? Right now.
Browns.
If we going
I'm gonna say Browns.
Browns.
I'm gonna say Browns.
Browns have been in the top. Browns.
But they're
Okay.
close. They're here.
Receivers. Garrett
Yes.
Wilson or Amari Cooper?
Oh
Even.
no. Hell
No.
no. We're
Amari
not doing
Cooper.
that. We're not doing that. We got Garrett Wilson. We're not doing that. We got
Name him. Name the receiver room. Name the receiver room. Go ahead, name it.
I'm saying.
We got Alan Lazard. We got
Randall Cobb. Go ahead, keep going.
Randall Cobb. We got
Gibson.
We got Gibson. We got all of that. And then name the Browns receiving core.
They got Cooper.
Amari.
That's it.
Cooper.
They got
And then
Cooper.
that's
Elijah
where
But
we're
then
gonna stop.
and
give respect. And
they
that's
got
where
a
to stop.
tight end. They got a tight end too in Njoku.
We didn't get to the tight end, but we got Conklin over there on the Jets.
Conklin's nice.
But who's
Conklin's
better?
nice too.
Who's better? But who do you think is better?
Njoku burnt face ass ain't better than
Who
Conklin.
do you
I
think
don't want to
is
hear that shit. I don't
The
want to hear
Jets
that.
have a better overall core. They don't have a quarterback, which is what hurts them.
I think they're very even.
Kory.
I can't have my own opinion to say that both teams are even.
but your
You
opinion
can
is
have your
wrong,
own
as far as
opinion.
that.
But Kory, don't bring up this whole team when that team could have had. They're dependent on Simons right now. Didn't they sign somebody else?
Bro, it don't matter who they got. Their whole
They're not better than Flacco.
none of them.
That's
are better
all
than
we're
Flacco.
saying.
And they had a chance to have Flacco when Rodgers went hurt.
No, that's
on
not what
game
he
one.
said. He said that the Jets is a better team than the Browns team. As far without remove Flacco.
He said he's
that's
mad
why I
at
said
the
that's
Jets
kind of
for getting rid
crazy.
of Flacco.
No, he said that the Jets have a better team and he would have fit better over there, but the Browns got him. And I'm saying that the Browns and the Jets are kind of comparable. That's what I'm saying. I feel that they're very even on
the Browns
on all
offense
sides. Like it's a check mark here and a check mark on this side for certain things.
This guy is so delusional.
How is that delusional when you said that?
If Rodgers were coach, if Rodgers doesn't get hurt.
Okay, so if they're not as good as the Jets, why are they in the playoffs and the Jets aren't? Why are they in the playoffs? Whose fault is that? So they're a good team. They were winning without Rodgers. They were winning without Deshaun Watson.
Shut up.
No quarterback, dog.
Shut up, because he's just talking shit. Back to my point that Flacco should have been on the Jets right after Rodgers got hurt.
Yes.
The Jets
been the second string.
don't have Flacco because Rodgers is in control of the Jets instead of the Jet management. And Rodgers didn't want him there.
He's already planning for next season.
Okay, he didn't want to have to compete with him. He didn't want no problems with it. And that's why he's not there. And that's why this team is trash, because they even today, they just cut someone because they wanted to put him on the team instead of putting him on the IR.
Yeah, the reports already come out for next season. He just like Zach Wilson because Zach Wilson said that Aaron Rodgers is his favorite quarterback. He wanted to teach him. Good, got it, cool.
Thank you.
But
Rodgers is in control of the Jets, and until Rodgers is off of this team, which is probably going to be at the end of next season, he might as well be the GM and the coach. Coach should be fired, won't get fired because Rodgers likes him because he can control him. Period.
Yeah.
And that's how that's going to go. And I'm done with that topic. When I even go back there, I've said my piece on that. So, gentlemen, thanks for coming out. But I'm going to give you guys a chance to say what you got to say. Say goodbye to everybody. We'll start with you, Kory.
No, because y'all don't want to hear anything I got to say. But good night, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
10 for Mo.
Hey, man, like, comment, subscribe, share. We here. From the Hill Podcast. All right? Jags, get it the fuck together.
Absolutely. Justin,
Go Hawks, baby.
that's it. Fellas, thanks for coming. Those at home, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Saturday. And as always, let's keep it football and let's keep it from the hip.